Hey there again, Board Game Brody here with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table like the First Tsar, Ivan the Terrible, that will be published in the US by 25th Century Games. So you are now competing for power by controlling and leading boyar families to gain honor in the 16th century Tsardom of Russia. The game is 4 decades or rounds long, where you need to collect money and resources, form troops of soldiers, and trade to fortify your cities, and seek privileges and carry out special royal assignments. All of this work so that you can take over the Russian throne in the next century. Here is the game here set up. Each round consists of 3 phases, and we will start with the first phase, which is planning. Here, players will take turns placing out their boyars into the Kremlin chambers and will plan which types of actions to take during the next phase. You have 3 boyars in total, and you will be placing them on different chambers. And yes, they need to be placed in different chambers than ones that you already placed some in. But you can add coins underneath them as gifts for the Tsar's entourage, and this will increase that boyar's importance in the chamber to gain additional actions. This is done in a clockwise direction, and after all boyars have been placed, you will move to the action phase to take the planned actions. In the action phase, starting with the first player, the player will choose one of their boyars and take that action listed for that chamber. But before moving it out, you will need to check and see if that boyar is the most important. The more coins underneath a boyar, the higher their importance, with ties always being broken by whoever is highest on the Tsar's favor track. Now, the importance can change through actions, therefore a player should check if the boyar is the most important right before moving it out from its chamber. And when moving the boyar, you will move it down to the assignment card below it. Now, if it is the most important, then you will discard your coins, if any, and you receive the normal chamber action shown in the white area, in addition to the chamber's bonus action shown in the tan area. You'll place a seal token on that seal spot, and if you run out of these, then you cannot take that bonus action. If you place your seal token in this chamber, then all other players immediately return all their coins from underneath their boyars in this chamber. In 2 players, they have different rules, and you'll slightly have different things, so check the rule book with, the changes in playing a 2-player game, as I won't be mentioning a lot of those. If you are not the most important, that is okay, and you can still take the normal action shown in the white area. So you will take those actions, which I will shortly go over, and then move your boyar from the assignment card and place it on any city with the matching color shown on that card. If there is no city on the assignment, then the boyar will stay there until the end of the round. But those cards will provide improvements to the chamber's action, like gaining 1 additional coin when taking the regular action and gaining the Tsar's favor when using the bonus action, which will place you on the top of the tiebreaker track. And if you're already on the top, you will gain 1 point instead. This will also happen in the first or the second round if you hit 10, 20, or 30 points on the score track. Then it triggers that to happen. Now let's go over the 5 chambers and the actions associated with each one, as this is the meat of the game. First, the production chamber. Here you will gain resources, and you will choose 3 different cities with at least 1 of your pieces in it to gain the listed resource shown in those cities. You will then take those resources from the pool of resources. Some resources show that you might need to pay a resource, like this one where you pay 1 coin to gain 1 stone. If you have the bonus action, you will be able to then take income from one of your chosen cities a second time. The next chamber is the maneuver chamber, where you can move your warriors and add them onto the board. So here you gain 2 actions that can be the same or one of each, to either add a warrior from your personal supply and place it onto any city that you already have other pieces of your color, or you can choose one of your warriors or boyar pieces that are already on the map and move it to an adjacent city following the waterway. If there is a trade token on that water pathway that you chose, then you take it and you gain the shown bonus. Whenever you gain trade tokens, you will place them on a slot on your player board, and you can cover up already printed out effects if needed. And if all full, you will discard 1 and put the newly required 1 in that space. When adding and moving your people, you can be in locations with other players, that's okay. And there is no limit to show how many can be in a location at the same time. The project chamber is the next one. Here you can take 2 actions as well. You can either take a new project card or complete a project card from your hand, and you can do 2 of the same or 1 of each. To take a new project card, you will take one of the 6 on display or draw the top card from its deck and place this new card into your hand. When completing a card, you will then spend the resources shown on the left side of that card, gain the points shown on the right side of that card, and gain any other effects shown. The chamber bonus allows you to take another additional project action of your choice. There are 3 types of projects: construction, trade, and military. With a construction project, you place a building from your supply into any city that already has another piece of yours on it with no other buildings present. If there are no cities matching this requirement, you do not place a building but still gain the points. Trade projects let you choose 2 trade tokens on your player board and gain the shown effects in any order that you would like. Military projects let you place one of your warriors from your supply to the field of war. Then you take the spoils of war token from there and resolve its effect. Choose one you want. If you have no more warriors, you don't place one and you just gain the points. Now, the exchange chamber lets you exchange any number of your goods and or coins for any other goods or coins for a 2-to-1 ratio. Also, you will gain 1 foreign good of your choice as well. The bonus action gives you 1 more foreign good of your choice. The last chamber is the reward chamber. Here you will take new estate cards or 1 title card from the display or from the top of its deck. These cards are left in front of you face up. The chamber bonus allows you to take another estate card, and these cards are not replenished until the end of the round. So you will be taking off your boyar to take different actions on the chamber that you placed it on, and that boyar is then added to the board matching the location color in that's matching the assignment card. Players do this in turn order until all boyars have been placed. But while doing this, you should also know that you have free actions that you can perform anytime during your turn. You can trigger an estate card for its listed action by tilting it sideways. Each estate card can be used once per round. You can spend 2 local goods to gain 1 coin or spend 1 foreign good for 1 coin. You can discard 2 trade tokens from your player board to take 1 project card and put it in your hand. And you can rearrange your trade tokens so that if one is covering up a pre-printed area, you can move one to another area to have more options. These free actions might help you do some moves that you want to do if you don't have the right stuff to do so. The last phase is the end of round phase. Players will receive region tokens by first determining each player's influence in each of the regions. Warriors count as 1 point of influence, while buildings and boyars are 2 points of influence each. The player with the most influence chooses one of the 2 rewards indicated on the region token, and the player with the second most influence, they get the other reward. If it is the end of the 2nd or 4th rounds after receiving region rewards, then you will perform special scoring. First, if this is the 2nd round, put all Tsar's favor tokens not taken from the victory track and place them back into the box. Otherwise, for 2nd and 4th rounds, you will score your title cards according to their requirements. The player with the most warriors on the field of war gains 4 points, and the player who's highest on the Tsar's favor track gets 4 points, with the player in 2nd gaining 2. And then if in the 2nd round, each player returns their warriors from the field of war back to their supply, you will discard any leftover spoil of war tokens and place new ones out. Also, for the 2nd round, discard any trade tokens left on the map and place 10 new trade tokens to their designated slots. If the 4th round, players can exchange any number of their foreign goods for victory points at a 2-to-1 ratio, and then exchange any number of coins or other goods at a 3-to-1 ratio. At the end of each and every round, you will take back your boyars and your seals and rotate the estate cards back to their normal orientation to use again, and you will get new estate and title cards. All 6 assignment cards are reshuffled and randomly place out 5 of them under each chamber. New region tokens are added, and the round marker is moved to the next decade, and the player to the left of the player with the lowest Tsar's favor gets the first player token to begin the new round. Now, if it is the fourth round, the game ends after scoring, and the player with the most points wins the game. And, well, that's the first Tsar, Ivan the Terrible, that will be coming soon to the US by 25th Century Games. It's like a very thinky Euro game that gives a nice, rich experience that, requires planning because, the first phase is all about choosing 3 of the 5 actions that you'll be taking, but you don't take those actions one at a time. You choose by placing your boyar on one of the 5 chambers, one at a time in a clockwise directions until everyone has their boyars in 3 chambers. Then you will perform those actions one at a time. Other players will, be doing other actions so that you can, time yours out if you think that they might do something that'll affect you, but really, there's no straight interactions, as players can be in the same cities. You can, share them. Resources are done by, where you have units at. Soldiers can move around but don't directly fight each other. What you will mostly see with other players doing before you, is maybe taking a card before, the one you want before you. Or you can see that they are focusing on a certain area on the map for area majority reasons. Also, remember that the player with the most influence in each region gains that region bonus after each round, so that's important. But the game is good because you have the 5 chambers with its listed actions, and you want to take them all. You really do. And really, you want to, do everything in this game, and some more than once. So you will be making hard and tough decisions as to which actions you eventually just need to settle on. The game is designed very well. It's a clean design that makes it so that the game isn't, confusing, but then there are some tough strategic decisions in the game because you understand what your choices are because it's so clean. The game does a great job getting, more interesting as the game progresses, as you build more and you can do more. This includes having more options, but also fulfilling more projects for points easier as, the game progresses. Scoring is done throughout, but also during the end of the second and fourth rounds, you want to make good decisions so that you can set up your area majorities in different regions, but also, mix that with completing projects for points and mix that with gaining rewards that, can help you do what you want to do easier, mixed with getting the resources you most need for your projects or moving on the board to spread your influence to gain area majority bonuses. And you will be choosing if you want the added actions by placing money down to be the most important boyar. This will let you take the added chamber bonus. But really, the game is about the area majority, gaining resources to complete projects. And if you do that, you might be the next in line after Ivan the Terrible. What you also need to know is that setup can take a while to do. There are a lot of resources, and you'll be adding tiles onto the board and making, different piles of tiles so that it can, take more time to set up this game. The length of the game is great. It doesn't run too long. There are, always hard decisions in the game because, again, you want to do everything. But you will need to decide which action will do the best or the most bang for its buck, to do well in the game. The last interesting thing in this game is you can choose, when you choose your actions, you are choosing where to place your boyars on the board. And this will also determine area majority. But, you can help with other actions as to where you place buildings or soldiers so that your choice of your action is also your choice to where your boyar goes for area majority reasons and spreading across the map. But again, this is Brody with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table, like the First Tsar, Ivan the Terrible by 25th Century Games. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We are working hard to bring to you videos like this one, so you know if these games here are ones that you want to get to your own table.